Hello everyone, you are welcome to Samiway Educational Consult, a platform set up to assist you in your career. Today we are going to continue from our economics. My name is Adeshino, and we'll continue from the calculation in the area of theory of cost. So today we are going to solve these particular questions. This is one of the questions you may be asked for those of us in the polytechnics or universities or even college of education. This is one of the questions you may be given in your economics. And we are given a question like this: if the short run function of a particular firm is given as C equal to our total cost, 0.1 Q cube minus 2Q square plus 15Q plus 10. And we are asked two major questions. Number one, calculate the marginal cost. Question number two is calculate the average variable cost. So now, if you look at this question very well, some of us may even ask, why all these things in economics? Now, when it comes to economics at higher level, economics is a combination of your knowledge, your understanding in mathematics, that is calculus, and your understanding in economics. So today, we are going to apply a little bit of calculus, which normally pose problem to some students, but they are very simple. They are not something that is very hard like that. You just need to understand the general formula for applying this particular question. So if you look at this question, ordinarily, when we talk about marginal cost, if you ask to calculate marginal cost is change in total cost over change in quantity. That's the marginal cost. And which is the same thing as dTc over dQ. This is one of the language that we normally use in mathematics. This dTc is talking about change, is the same thing as change. Sometimes they can even call it y2 minus y1. It's still the same change. So we are talking about change in this over change in this. And when you are given a question like this, you are going to apply general formula. And when we talk about general formula, I will just use simple example because I want you to get it. You understand now? Now, if you are given something like this, 2x3, and they say you should find dy ds. Simple. So dy ds like this. What is the meaning of dy ds? Change in y as a result of change in x. Now, using a general formula, what do you need to do? Look at this 3. Multiply this 3 to this 2. 3 times 2 will give us 6x. Then remove 1 from this 3. So if you remove 1 from this 3, what will it give you? So anytime you are asked to do this, that is what you need to do. 6x squared. Now let's go back to our questions. The marginal cost equal to the TC over the Q. That's your marginal cost. Now whenever you want to calculate it, you are going to pay attention, like I said in the general formula. That short this thing that I saw for you, y equal 2x cubed. So you come here, this is your 3. 3 times this will give you 0.3 cube. Then you remove 1 from this 3. If you remove 1 from this 3, you are going to have what? 2. That's the general formula. Then you continue. 2 times 2 will give you 4 cube. If you remove 1 from that 2, we are going to have 1. Yeah. Then you come here. Now look at this 15 cube. You can see that there is nothing here. So you assume there is 1 that you can't see, the invisible 1. So that 1 you multiply by this 15, it will still give you that 15. So if you now say that 1, you remove 1 there. 1 minus 1 will give you 0. Anything raised to power 0 in mathematics means 1. That means the Q will disappear. So that 1 times 15 will give you ordinary 15. And whenever you differentiate a constant, you can see that there is nothing here. This is a constant. It will give you what? 0. So your MC from this thing is 0.3 Q squared minus 4Q plus 15. That is your marginal what? Marginal cost. I hope you get that. Good. So 3 times this, we got this. 2 times 2, 4Q. 15Q will give you ordinary 15 And when you differentiate a constant, you are going to get 0. I hope you understood that. Now, the second question we are given, very tricky questions. They ask us to calculate total average variable cost. Average variable cost. Average variable cost. Your average variable cost is total variable cost over Q. For you to get your average variable cost, you need to get your variable cost. And if you look at the question, we are only given what? Total cost. This C represents total cost. And for you to get your ordinary variable cost, that will be total cost minus fixed cost. That's how to get variable cost. So if you look at this question, what is your fixed cost from here? You know, I told you in our previous video that whenever you want to get your fixed cost, your total cost rather, your total cost is fixed cost plus variable cost. Inside your total cost, there is always a variable cost there. So if you look at this thing now, for you to get your variable cost, you need to remove the fixed cost there. Fixed cost is always constant. It does not attach itself with any variables. That is why we said fixed costs are costs that do not change with the level of activities in the short run. There is nothing that will be attached to it. It will be constant. So if you look at this equation, the only thing that is constant is what? 10. So if you minus 10 from this formula, total cost minus fixed cost, what's your fixed cost? 10. If you remove 10, your variable cost will equal to what? 0.1 Q3 minus 2Q squared plus 15Q. That is your variable cost. Not the answer, but the variable cost. Because before you can get your average variable cost, you need to get variable costs. Now that we have got our variable cost, we now move to the question we had, average variable cost. So our average variable cost, AVC, is equal to TVC over Q. What is our TVC? 0.1 Q3 minus 2Q squared plus 15Q. That's our variable cost. Divided this Q. So this is Q3. Q will cancel 1Q here. It will remain what? Q squared minus Q will cancel 1Q here. It will remain 2Q. And here, Q cancel Q. We are going to have ordinary 15. So this is your average variable cost. So that is how to solve these questions. We have calculated our marginal cost. We have also calculated our average variable cost. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to our Facebook. We've come to the end of these questions for more videos like this. Thank you very much. This is Samiway Educational Consult. Thank you. Bye bye for now. We'll see you later.